And hello YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my final thoughts of the Marvel Comic-Con panel. I figure I'd talk about it a little bit more in depth and go into more details about these announcements and just discuss to see what we got going on, really go into deep in them and see what do they actually mean and what does it actually hold for the future of the MCU. So before we begin with the actual panel, there were some more details that came out with it as well that I didn't address in my last video because the announcement just finished and apparently they had announced more things. So they did say that Fantastic Four and X-Men are in the works as well, which is huge because, well, for me personally, I feel like the X-Men stuff, I feel like they can wait longer, but what are we gonna do? They own Fox now. They own the rights back. They got all the characters back now, except SpiderMan. But what are you gonna do? Apparently, it's called. They just call it the Mutants. So I don't know what that really means. Does that mean that they literally gonna, just call it the Mutants and just move on from there? Which is a typical Marvel fashion kind of title, which I could make. I could imagine what the logo would look like. It would just said Marvel's Mutants, and everybody would have been nuts. And then eventually go into it, Marvel's X-Men. Something simple like that. I thought that would be pretty interesting, but who knows? Or maybe this is tied to the New Mutants, which is basically the last Fox X-Men movie that they're supposed to. Technically, that movie should have been in TV right now, but what can you do? That movie got pushed back so many times. I don't even know if it's still coming out. Nobody knows, apparently. Disney says that they're still going to release it, so who knows? Now, Fantastic Four obviously is the big one because, look, Fantastic Four is a very tricky property to make. Why? I have no idea, because the first two Fantastic Four, the one that had Chris Evans as the Human Torch, I love those movies. Regardless of what Galactus looked like in number 2, despise that. But despite all that, the 2015 reboot that they tried to do, that was okay, minus the third act of it, but whatever. I feel like if Marvel does not get this right, if they make a movie, Fantastic Four, does not get that right, then they should just stop. Like, literally stop with the Fantastic Four. I love the Fantastic Four. They are the first Marvel family. I just feel like nobody can crack this formula, but we'll see what's going on with that when eventually they announce it. They didn't say what phase that could be. That could be 6, that could be 7, that can even be 5 for all we know. Apparently Blade, a lot of people are speculating that Blade is actually the first official announcement of Phase 5. Now, that's not been confirmed or denied, but it kind of makes sense. They did do a recent interview that was online with Kevin Feige. He said that they asked him, is this a part of Phase 4? Because the whole lineup is Phase 4, even with the Marvel TV shows. It's all Phase 4 except for Blade. So does that mean Blade is Phase 5, 6? Who knows? I feel like it is Phase 5 due to the fact that they just announced Mahershala Ali, and he's a great actor. And yeah, you get that guy, especially on a hot streak that he's on with his movies. Not to mention he was Cottonmouth in the first Luke Cage. I don't know why they killed him off so quickly. Spoiler alert. But whatever. It makes sense that it's Phase 5. So if this is Phase 5, that's cool. And it's interesting that they're gonna introduce the Marvel universe to vampires and the whole supernatural universe, because there's a lot of things you can play with that. You can have, Blade fight, Dracula if they want, or if they still teaming up with Sony, Spider-Man and Blade could team up against Morbius, the living vampire, which is Spider-Man's vampire enemy, and it's getting his own movie next year with Jared Leto. Excuse me, I forgot about his name for a minute. So you never know what that's. So Blade sounds amazing. I can't wait. I think Mahershala Ali, it's a great casting. Even I didn't think of that. It's like I looked at that. I was like, yeah, that's perfect casting. Guy's amazing. So we did find that officially that all the Disney Plus shows is the official Marvel TV cinematic universe, which is tied into the MCU itself. So there is really no TV cinematic universe for Marvel because it's all one universe except for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Apparently Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is not a part of it no more, which sucks because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is awesome. If you don't like it, that's cool. For me, I think it kicks ass, and it's ending season 7, but for them to officially announce it now that it's not officially a part of it, it's like, alright, fine, I guess. Because back when it first started, it was a part of the MCU, but it was taking place on the other side of the corner, of the playground, doing its own thing, while the other guys are having a party in the other lot. So, what can you do with that? So, Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to be directly involved with the MCU. Zeno is coming back. I probably butchered that. The one who pretty much brain controlled Bucky in Civil War, he's back because he did not get killed. Remember, he tried to kill himself. Black Panther stopped him. Spoiler alert. So that's gonna be interesting. They also said that WandaVision is also gonna be a part of Doctor Strange 2, which will star Benjamin Cumberbatch and Elizabeth Olsen. So that's gonna be interesting. The whole factor that we're gonna get the magical world extended from Doctor Strange. I think that's awesome. It makes sense to have Scarlet Witch there as well because she's magic as well. But you never know. This could lead into her, making the mutants. You never know. That can actually still be a tie-in factor that can actually happen. She is a mutant in the comic books. Her father is Magneto in the comic books. So I think that'd be a cool way for them to introduce that in the WandaVision show, combined with the Doctor Strange 2. So that's going to be interesting. No idea who the bad guy is for Doctor Strange 2. Could be Dormammu again or somebody else with magical powers. Maybe the Beyonder or something. But I doubt the Beyonder because he's too powerful. But who knows? You never know. The only thing that's not really connected, but yet it is connected, is the What If thing. Because that's not technically a live action, that's animated, but it is official canon. So all these shows and all the movies are all official canon. So the What If stuff is pretty much like I was saying before in my other video yesterday. What if Captain America never took the super soldier formula? What if Iron Man never became Iron Man? It's kind of one of those. Apparently the Watcher is going to be telling these stories, and they already got an actor playing the voice of it. It's all animated, so that's going to be pretty interesting. Maybe Pixar will help them with that, you never know. That'd be kind of cool. Hawkeye will have Kate Bishop in that series when it drops in 2021. I think mostly all these things are coming out 2021. Yeah, I have the release dates here. So WandaVision comes out spring 2021. Loki, which I'll get to in a minute, 2021. What If, summer 2021. Hawkeye will be fall 2021. So I'm pretty sure they all gonna, they have to get the launch of the Disney streaming service up first before they can do anything. They're probably filming these stuff now, obviously. So, it'll make sense. So going back to the Hawkeye stuff, Kate Bishop is the next person who takes over the mantle of Hawkeye. Could be his daughter, could be Kate Bishop as somebody else, you never know. But I think in the comics it's usually somebody else. It wasn't his daughter, but you never know what they can do with that. So that's interesting. It's going to be a Disney Plus show. Because personally, I can't see them doing a Hawkeye movie. The only way I always thought them doing a Hawkeye movie is if, DC decided to do a Green Arrow movie and it kicked all kinds of butt. But it makes sense that Arrow had a show on TV. So, hey, Marvel must have been like, hey, if DC can have success with its bow hunter superhero on TV, why can't we do it with ours? We have Jeremy Renner coming back, which is going to be awesome. Makes more sense than hiring another actor and pissing off a lot of people who love his character and love him playing the role. I'm down for that, so might as well. That makes total sense. I'm going to say Black Widow for last because I got a lot of things to say about that. Let's go with the Eternals. The Eternals, like I said before, they're the Celestials of the universe. They take place centuries before the MCU, but they already been confirmed that They were already in the MCU, but we just never seen them. So it's gonna be interesting seeing their characters. You know, how we get to meet their characters and who they become. There's a lot of speculation that, you know, there's going to be a young Thanos, maybe Thanos' father, because, you know, in the comics, Thanos' father is connected with the Eternals, so there's that. Angelina Jolie is a part of it now, which is so kind of awesome, because Angelina Jolie is like the goddess of movies. She's like the goddess of Hollywood. That's what she is. That's what I meant to say. So yeah, pretty much. Her and Meryl Streep are like the two top queens. Anyway. So, The Eternals, that comes out November 6, 2020. So, that's next year. So, it made sense that they already had the full cast on stage at Hall H. And they probably already started filming. I'm pretty sure they had footage. Maybe they wanted to wait to D23 because that's literally next month. You never know. Maybe they show some kind of footage or something, or concept art. I didn't hear anybody on YouTube saying anything about them showing footage, but you never know. Maybe they did. I wasn't there, so I don't know. Obviously, the Shang-Chi's a very interesting one. Like I said, I don't know too much about that character. All I know is he's a martial arts expert, and he's like the man. He's like the Bruce Lee of the MCU, pretty much. He's more stronger than maybe Iron Fist. And I hope they treat it better, because like I like the Iron Fist show. It's just that first season was really hard to get through, and I really wanted to like Iron Fist. And Shang-Chi will be the first official, Chinese American actor doing that role, so that's awesome. And he's gonna do the story of the 10 Rings, and the real Mandarin's gonna be a part of it. The 10 Rings we got to see in the first Iron Man and Iron Man 2, and we got to see the fake Mandarin on Iron Man 3. So now we're gonna get the official Mandarin, which I really hope they show the actual magical rings, because I think that's a part of it too. But who knows? But I think they said something about him being this Shang-Chi might be the son of the Mandarin. That would be interesting to see that, but I really don't know too much about it, like I said. But who knows? Obviously the Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch thing, that's gonna be awesome. I wonder how much influence it's gonna have on it, but with the WandaVision stuff, I wonder if maybe Vision will pop up in there as well. So that's gonna be coming out May 7th, 2021. So now let's talk about the Loki stuff. Loki can go anywhere, because Loki apparently is gonna be, obviously comes out spring 2021, but it's gonna end Disney Plus. But we're gonna see Tom Hiddleston come back, obviously, but he's gonna be playing the 2012 version of himself, Loki, where he was attacking New York, how he's like, I'm the god, I should be king of Asgard, this and this and that. So who knows where he's going to be ending up. Remember, spoiler if you haven't seen Endgame, he took the Tesseract after the Avengers got the Tesseract from him in the first place in 2012. When they went back in time, he took it back, disappeared. We don't know where it is. Well, we're going to find out during the Loki show. That should be cool. I'm curious though how many episodes they're gonna be. Maybe 6. I heard 6 to 10. But who knows? Thor, the Love and Thunder, I think it's called. Yeah, Love and Thunder. Obviously, that's gonna be the big one for me, because not only is Chris Hemsworth back, but he's the first original MCU character actor getting a 4th movie out of all of them. Which makes sense, because I think for a lot of people didn't like Thor: The Dark World. I have my problems with it as well, even though Natalie Portman's in it, but still it has its moments where it's like, ugh, okay, could have done better. But then his stock kind of got back up when he became freaking when he teamed up with the Hulk in Thor Ragnarok for Hela. That was awesome. That was a great movie, and how he was amazing in Infinity War. Kind of dropped a little bit during Endgame, but I thought he was still pretty cool for what he was. He was a damaged person. He just decided to let himself go, and just like didn't give two crackers about being a hero anymore. So who knows how this is going to be, and how Valkyrie's going to take over now. She's the new king of Asgard. So it's going to be interesting, because they did say she's the first LGBT character, so that's awesome. So let's see if maybe Jane becomes her queen or somebody else. We don't know. I wonder if they're gonna tackle her having the cancer in the movie, because that's a part of Jane Foster's Thor character. Maybe not only does she become the goddess of thunder, but she has cancer. It doesn't really help her out when she has the power. It kind of makes her kind of vulnerable as well. So let's see how long that lasts. And let's see if her character survives this movie. You never know. She can just die at the end and we never see her character again. Maybe we'll see Beta Ray Bill in this. You never know. That can be interesting. But yeah, that comes out November 5th, 2021. I'm super excited. Natalie Portman is back playing Jane Foster slash Thor. So that's going to be awesome. And I just can't wait for that. So now let's talk about Black Widow. The big black sky smoke. The one that everybody was like, don't peek at the back of the curtain from The Wizard of Oz. We all knew it was coming. We all knew this was filming. We saw set photos here and there, maybe some set videos. You know, they had some guy dressed up in some suit of armor. I was like, the Taskmaster is the Taskmaster in this. And they finally confirmed it, which is like, yeah, we already knew the nice secret lie that you guys did not. I'm surprised they did not hit that really well. And I'm also surprised they didn't announce that early, because it was filming. Everybody knew it was filming. They knew something was filming from Scarlett Johansson, and the only thing she had on her list was Black Widow. So, yeah, everybody wanted it. There was half of the world who wanted it, and half of the world who probably didn't want it. I'm in between. So, I will go watch it because I will support. I'm not a huge Scarlett Johansson fan, right off the back, letting you guys know that. I'm not a huge fan of hers. But I do like her in this character. I feel like every other movie she's in, I don't feel it from her. I feel like she needs to get better, you know, when it comes to other movies. But that's another story, another day. But look, the Taskmaster's a cool character. He normally has a skeleton mask or space or something, and he has the power to basically mimic any other person's fighting technique. So that makes him dangerous right there, and that's amazing that they announced that he's gonna have that in this movie. Apparently, they show a clip in it, so you know, us normal folks didn't get to go over there. We're gonna have to wait a while for that, but that comes out next May 1st, so that's gonna be interesting. Obviously, excuse me, I really hope it does work, because a lot of people seem to think that this might not work. Yeah, Black Widow, she's awesome. Obviously, Scarlett Johansson is very beautiful. A lot of guys are gonna go see her in that leather suit again. Love that moments. But who knows? You never know. This could be a Marvel flop. We just don't know. Any of these movies and TV shows can be flops. Any one of them can. We just don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens. They also announced Black Panther 2, which duh. And of course, they also announced Captain Marvel 2. So Brie Larson will be coming back. So yay to that, which I love. Of course, they announced Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which I'm pretty sure is going to be the longer one to wait. But obviously, it's going to have to wait because James Gunn is coming back for it, but he's working on Suicide Squad 2. So he's got to help out the DC fanboys first, too. So yay for the DC fans, including myself. So yay. But then he'll go back and do Guardians like he's supposed to. But we don't know what that movie's going to be about. Could be Adam Warlock could pop into that movie. We might get Thor in that movie too. So we might get 2 back-to-back years of Thor. So, or 3 Thors if you count Natalie Portman and Love and Thunder. So there's that. That'll be 3 Thors in one decade. So that's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah. What else? What I want to the Falcon Winter Soldier thing. I think that's gonna be the fun one. I think the serious one, the really one to really watch for, I think I really am more excited for the Thor movie, and of course Doctor Strange too. I think those 2 movies are gonna be the best ones. Out of the shows, I think I'm gonna like WandaVision the most. I'm curious to how they're gonna bring back Vision, because we all know he died in Infinity War, which I'm surprised that they didn't bring him back for Endgame, but whatever. But it's gonna be fun to see all these movies, and the whole idea of us getting Blade, and especially if it's rated R. like I said, if that works and it hits like good money, guaranteed Deadpool is going to be a part of it. Even if it's not good and it doesn't work with the rated R, Deadpool will still be kind of part of the MCU. He'll just break the fourth wall and he'll do that. So that could be very interesting. And seeing Blade fight vampires is going to be fun to see that. And then seeing the whole world know about vampires and werewolves and all that stuff, that's going to be very, very interesting. Seeing the supernatural stuff, you know, unleash itself in the MCU. But there was also, I'm surprised there was no mention of Spider-Man 3. Now, I get it. I understand that Spider-Man is not their property. You gotta understand that as well. Yes, it's not their property, guys. Spider-Man 3 belongs to Sony, so they're the ones who makes the announcements. But I'm curious why they didn't announce it, because it's almost at $1 billion, which is insane. It's like halfway there. Doing really well, by the way. And maybe Sony decided to not renew their contract. Maybe they decided, hey, 2's enough, we're good. We had our fun. Thank you very much, Mr. Feige. You're very welcome, Sony. And we'll see you next time. And they're just going to do their own thing, which is totally fine, because Sony owns everything Spider-Man, which includes Morbius, which includes Venom's Tom Hardy, which we already know they're going to make another one for that. That's could be the possibility of why we didn't get the announcement of Spider-Man 3. I would also say it's too early to announce it, but then again, why would you announce Blade if that's a Phase 5 movie? You know what I mean? And Mahershala Ali playing him. You might as well just say, yeah, we're doing Spider-Man 3 coming out 2021 or 2022 or something. They could have said that. They already said that they have plans for Fantastic Four. We don't know if that's Phase 5 or 6 or even 7, but they announced it. So there's a lot of things here going on that states that they could announce it, but we're gonna have to wait. Maybe Sony decided to take them back and just do their own thing, but we have to wait. And of course, there was no mention of Avengers movies. So I don't think we're gonna get an Avengers movie this year or in the coming years. I think Avengers 5 will be Phase 6. I say 6. I think they're gonna try to introduce characters that we haven't seen. So let's say Blade 5 comes out, and Blade comes out in Phase 5. I can see them introducing Fantastic Four there, maybe the X-Men, maybe even Ghost Rider if they want to do that, because they all have Ghost Rider too. They can do that. I don't see them introducing Daredevil yet, and I don't see them introducing Jessica Jones and Iron Fist and any of those other characters, because they have to wait a while from Netflix or something like that. I think who knows. But this could be very interesting, and I am very excited. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys think about this. And now that we went into more depth with it, what do you guys think is going to happen with any of these announcements? Do you think any of them is going to be good? Which one are you more excited for? Which one are you not excited for the most? For me, my least favorite announcement here is the What If, but you never know. That can be awesome. Who knows? It's an animated thing, so anything's possible. So leave me a comment below. Let me know. Thank you very much, and have a good day.